makes you stronger. Roots always keep me grounded. Roots remind me where I'm from. Even when I'm 1,000 miles away from my roots, I'm home. My roots always keep me grounded. Roots remind me where I'm from. My roots. Even when I'm 1,000 miles away from my roots, I'm home. Don't give up, hold on a little longer. But don't care, only makes us stronger. Don't give up, hold on a little longer. But don't care, only makes us stronger. Don't give up, hold on a little longer. But don't care, only makes us stronger. Don't give up, hold on a little longer. But don't care, only makes us stronger. Don't give up, hold on a little longer. What don't kill you only gives you stronger roots.
Struggling to make your house payment? You may qualify for Hardest Hit Alabama, a federally funded foreclosure prevention program. After an unexpected layoff, Rich in Huntsville said,
All my liquid assets were gone, so I knew I had to do something. Hardest Hit Alabama was able to help me stay current on my mortgage without having to tap into my retirement savings.
Visit www.hardesthitalabama.com to learn more. Brought to you by Hardest Hit Alabama, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
You're listening to WELR-FM, Eagle 102.3, Roanoke, LaGrange.
Oh, yeah.
It's time now for the LaGrange College Coaches Corner on WELR, Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now live to Johnny's New York Style Pizza in LaGrange with Jack Norman and head coach Steve Pardue.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coach's Corner. Actually, you're getting an upgrade tonight. It's not Coach Steve Pardue. We got Coach Thomas Crocker. He is working with the linebackers and the defense there for LaGrange College. Coach, good evening, and welcome to the Coach's Corner here from Johnny's Pizza.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate you guys having us out here tonight.
Lost myself there. There I am. It is a great night. Of course, Johnny's Pizza is packed full. We still got some room for you. Come on out here and join us. Get yourself. I'm having stromboli tonight. You got a pizza to go. You're going to half and half.
Yeah, half and half. Yeah, I'm gonna take just the plain cheese home to my kids, so they were excited about that.
So you get the flavor, they get the cheese. I understand that works. But we are at Johnny's Pizza. We're here in LaGrange, Georgia, across from LaGrange Mall, right here on Lafayette Parkway. So make sure to come by and join us tonight. Well, Coach, y'all traveled up to Maryville, Tennessee, this past weekend. A long drive, heading up Friday night, spend the night getting there. 1 o'clock game. They jumped on you early. Y'all kind of fought in there. Second quarter, a little rough. Didn't quite get the points you needed. Kind of got back into it in the third quarter, but ultimately came away without the victory that we wanted. Let's talk about how that game kicked off to begin with.
Yeah, it was another example, and we've had too many of those this year, Jack, where it's just too many mistakes. We started off slow. Had some gave up some big plays defensively. We gave up some big plays in the special teams, especially with our kick coverage. It set up short fields. Offensively, had a couple opportunities where we let points get away from us. Had a turnover in the red zone. We had a chance to score, and a couple other times we get down. So, again, the same issues we've had a lot of the games that we haven't been able to pull out this year. In all three phases of the games, just little plays here or there, little things here and there that can make a difference between winning and losing. And unfortunately for us, we made those mistakes at Maryville, and it cost us a chance to really come away with a win.
Well, we joked, you and I have joked, and Coach Pardue and I have joked about it, but we're kind of about 3 or 4 dumb plays a game to being 8-2.
Oh yeah. We look back, and that's one thing, and is we look back and again it's a team effort, and you understand football's a game. I mean, it's a team game. It's not a offense defense.
Sure.
It's all of us together, And every week, we defensive coaches, we sit in the office after a loss, and we're going, man, this play and this play and this play. And we can usually count about 5 or 6 plays in the game that, man, if we can just, eliminate these mistakes. And at the same time, Coach Purdue and Coach Pleasance and Coach Hutchins and them are sitting in the other office offensively going, man, this play, this play, this play. And there's always there's a fine line. I feel like this conference is really balanced. I don't feel like there's any team that's just head and shoulders above everybody else. So ultimately winning and losing comes down to just a handful of plays every game, and it's the difference between winning and losing. And a lot of our tough losses have been, we didn't make those 5 or 6 plays. And then some of the games, the close wins that we have, we were able to make those plays, and the other team wasn't able to. They probably were looking at 5 or 6 plays. So, and when you're in a competitive, conference and a real balanced, and the teams are very similar, it comes down to just a few plays here or there, and trying to eliminate those mistakes on both sides of the ball and in the special team game.
I was looking at just a few stats, and it's interesting to see things like first downs. 25-16, the LaGrange College leading there. Total offense, 379 yards of total offense to 340 for them. We moved the ball, moved it up and down the field pretty well. In fact, Connor had a big game, threw for 326 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns. You think you're going to come away with a win such as that, but I'm also looking at some other kind of little stats for Maryville. 2 of their touchdowns were 28-yard field in front of them. They had short fields, and when you give a team that's a quality program a short field, usually they're going to come away with points. Right,
and that's kind of been the story in a couple of our losses. If you look at the stat sheets, you just look at yardage, time of possession, first downs, all those things. We're winning those battles, but a lot of times we're not winning the turnover battle. We're turning it over. We're not creating turnovers,
right.
And that goes both ways. Offensively we can't turn it over, but defensively we've got to create turnovers. Special teams this week, two bad kick coverages on kickoff gave them short fields. The opening kickoff, they got the ball around midfield. Later in the half, they got one, like you said, about the 28-yard line, and it just came down to special teams breakdowns, which set up short fields. They had a 50-yard drive somewhere around midfield. They had a short drive off a bad kick. We had a turnover, fumble that they were a sack fumble that set up a short field for them. And, it's tough enough to play defense on the long field. And then, like I said, defensively we give up a couple of big plays here and there, and ultimately, you still look fourth quarter, we score and we're down 5, with 10 minutes left. We're in the football game.
28-23 late there in the fourth quarter.
Right, we've got a chance. And then and we got some help. We were in some situations where we had them in long yardage situations, and we let them off the hook and let them get it down and score and kind of put it back to a 2-score game, and we didn't have time. We got down close and almost scored, but we really just ran out of time right there. And again, it's just again, it comes down to just a handful of plays here and there. Somebody's got to step up and make a play, and then or not make a mistake. and those are the things that we're still trying to work out week to week.
And it is a young team. We'll talk more about that and lots more as we're here at Johnny's Pizza for the Coaches Corner live here on Eagle Sports.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
What will 2017 bring for LaGrange College graduates? That's a fairly easy question. Before they even received their diplomas, an impressive 70% of our 2016 senior class had already accepted a job or a graduate school offer. At LaGrange College, you'll discover your calling and prepare for a life of professional and personal success. Apply online. It's free. And then plan a campus visit. Go to lagrange.edu or call 800-593-2885.
Okay, I've got to get up, get ready for work, get the kids so they don't sleep all day, go to work.
At the Medicine Cabinet, we understand busy. That's why we like to save our customers time. We offer home delivery inside city limits, a drive-through, and no long lines to wait in. We get you in and out as soon as possible. We have 2 great locations to better serve you. Our Vernon Street location is home to our famous soda shop. So come in, enjoy a milkshake, hot fudge sundae, or a lemon sour. Also, check out our gift shop that offers children's clothing, toys, books, jewelry, and more. The Medicine Cabinet is a locally owned pharmacy, plus a little more.
If knee and leg injuries are keeping you off the field, get back in the game with Houston Clinic. Their physicians are leaders on every level, providing specialized treatment for all sports-related injuries. If tears, pulls, strains, or anything else has you on the sidelines, turn to Houston Clinic for speedy recovery. Visit Houston.com or stop by one of their 9 locations in Georgia and Alabama. Research, education, treatment. Houston Clinic.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza. I'm Jack Borman. I'm joined by Coach Thomas Crocker, who is works with the linebackers and also the defense over there. And Coach, I've had a chance to talk with Coach Pardue about this, but you're one of the ones that he kind of reached out to as he joined that staff to rejoin him, working as a coaching staff. Y'all were with each other at LaGrange High for how many years?
Oh, gosh. Came to LaGrange when Steve got the job in 94, so 15, 16, wow. 17 years, somewhere like that. We worked together at LaGrange High.
And a lot of success in that time?
Yeah, a lot of success, a lot of good times. We were blessed to be in a situation where we had a great staff that all got along and worked well together and had a lot of great players came through, and we just had a lot of fun through that whole experience there. And I'd been out of coaching for a couple of years, and when Steve was looking at the job, he approached me and, hey, you interested in getting back in coaching? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I had to get it approved from my boss at work first. And it's worked out. It's been good for all parts involved. I think Steve was able to, and David Pleasant's kind of in the same situation where he was able to hire a couple guys he knows as part-time coaches, and that was, financially it was able to him to get a few more guys on staff that one on offense, one on defense, and I think it's been a good fit for everybody. It's been a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it. Like I said, working for Steve and working with Steve has just been, we haven't worked together since 08, 09.
Right.
It's been a while, so it's been a lot of fun getting back with him. He does a great job. Always has. He's a great head coach. He's a great leader of men, leader of kids, and it's just LaGrange College is blessed to have him, and we're just excited to be back together working. It's been a lot of fun.
I did hear my favorite story. Of course, he's a great storyteller. He's been through so much, seen so much. He's got some great stories. But my favorite one so far is that we were talking with Coach Pleasance, and actually Coach Pleasance was in your spot helping us out one night, and he said, I said, notice, Coach, you're up in the booth and Coach is down on the field. He said, yeah, we discovered a long time. That's the best way for the two of us
They have to be away from each other in order to coexist. No doubt.
And now you've got a great relationship with Coach Chambers, who works as a defensive coordinator. Both of you working together on the sidelines, because I think you're on the headset with him. Is that correct?
Right. Well, we all are on the headsets together. Earl has been great to work for. I've just got to meet him this past year when we went to work. But man, you talking about super knowledgeable, great with kids, understands the game, and it's just been a real pleasure to work with Earl and get to know him. And it's just been a blessing. Like I said, it's been a blessing just to be back into coaching. And with the guys, we've got a great staff. Just everybody gets along, works well together. And that's the key. You spend so much time together, and you talk about building a team, and a team's got to be, everybody's got to be together. And the same thing with the coaching staff. I mean, everybody's got to have the same vision, same focus, and it's got to be, everything's got to be lined up together, and that's what we have on the staff, and how it relates down to the players, and the players see that, and it's so important for them. If you've got coaches pulling in different directions, well, kids will feed off of that too, and that's just not ever a good situation. So, and we're blessed to have a group of guys that have the same vision, the same focus, the same ideas about how things should be done. And it starts with Steve, and he does a great job of kind of communicating. And I'm sure for Earl and Kendall and Felton and some of those guys who were here last year, not to say that one way is better than another, but Steve's different than Matt.
Right.
And he's going to have different expectations and different ways he wants to do things. And I'm sure there was an adjustment for the guys coming in, the guys that were here last year. And they've done a great job of just, joining in Steve's vision for what he wants with this program.
As I've talked with Coach over the season, one of the things that he's really stressed is that he wants to build a program. As you see these guys come in, not to have 50 freshmen, and the next year you've got 20 of those guys left.
Right.
And to bring in a quality group core of freshmen instead of just the quantity, just the volume, to bring in guys that you know they're going to be able to move into their sophomore, junior, senior year. And I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, that the physicality, the physical difference between an 18-year-old freshman and a 20-year-old man in a senior year is so different.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that right now. We're playing a lot, especially defensively. We're playing a lot of young guys. You look up on a lot of plays on defense, and we'll have 9 sophomore freshmen on the field at any one time. And we have a mix of seniors that are kind of in there, but it's really mostly seniors, sophomores, and freshmen. We got a few juniors kind of mixed in there too, but our 2 deep is really littered with young players, and just the experience and the physicality and all that. It makes a huge difference. And in learning Division III football and kind of learning the small college football, the time that you have to put in with these kids, I don't know if bringing in 75 freshmen a year is a good idea. You don't have time to spend with that many. So I think narrowing the focus, and you get you a group of kids that if you can get, and we had a really good class come in this year of freshmen, and now the goal is to keep those guys and then bring in another really good group next year and another really good group. And ultimately, you hope you get to the point where your freshmen don't play. Right. Where, you have so many juniors and seniors that your freshmen are just having a year where they're learning the system, where they're getting stronger in the weight room, getting on the practice field, developing as players, and then gradually moving into it. And again, like I said, as part of building a program, the key is getting the kids in, having a great experience with them, and letting them enjoy being a part of what you're building to do that. And that's hopefully what we can kind of do over the course of our tenure there, is kind of build that program where kids are wanting to be here and stay. And, of course, winning has a lot to do with it.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Winning cures a lot of ills, So if we can continue to grow and develop and hopefully we can build that program where it kind of eventually it runs itself. People are like, boy, I want to go to LaGrange College play football because they got a good thing
listening.
going.
They got LaGrange College on there. We're going to step away. We'll come back. We're going to talk more about what's going on at LaGrange College and get you ready for their upcoming game, their senior game against Huntington coming up this Saturday. But right now you're listening to the Coach's Corner with Coach Thomas Crocker from LaGrange College right here on Eagle Sports.
It seems like just yesterday he was running around the backyard playing football with his little brother, dreaming about the big game. And now he's here. He's worked hard to make the team, and he's ready to take the field. And at Synovus, we're here to cheer him on. From meeting your personal and banking needs to pulling for the hometown football team on Friday night, we're proud to be a part of our community. We're Synovus, the bank of here. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. You need to brush your teeth at least twice a day, and you need to have your teeth cleaned and looked at by a dentist at least twice a year. We've heard this since we were kids, but sometimes we get busy and forget to brush and skip an appointment. We turn around, and it's been a while since we've been to the dentist. So let's get back on track. Call Childress Dental Center for an appointment at 706-882-1888 or go to the web at childressdentalcenter.com because your smile is very important, and we want you to have the best one possible. Childress Dental Center, next to the post office, 114 Calumet Center, LaGrange. Kemp's Carpet, your locally owned and operated carpet professional since 1977. Owned by Gerald Kemp and his sons, Brett and Jeff. They are your Mohawk Shaw and Armstrong certified flooring dealer with a huge inventory of carpet and vinyl flooring. They have a wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, so you'll be enjoying your flooring for years and years. So drop in and pick it out. They'll measure and get a free estimate to you quick. Kemp's Carpet, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And you can like them on Facebook at Kemp's Carpet.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troop High. I've got myself completely confused now. I'm doing LaGrange College football, so used to talk about Troop High School, but now we're talking about LaGrange College. I'm here with Coach Thomas Crocker. And Coach, in the ball game last week, we had talked about some of those miscues. A lot of them kind of came on our special teams. Didn't get the ball quite as deep as we usually do. Coverage was a little lax, and we gave them some short fields.
Yeah, we early in the game, their first 2 touchdowns came off short fields after poor kick coverage, and that was one of the things, and those are the kind of mistakes, you want to make them earn it. And we didn't feel like we made them earn it too much, especially the first drive. Opening drive, you come out, and we always talk about starting fast, and we started off with a bad kick, bad coverage, gave them good field position, and then we didn't have a good defensive series the first drive, and then you're down 7-0 just right off the bat. And, and then come back offensively, later in the quarter and tie it,
right.
and go to 7-7, and then the next kick, they had a little hole in their coverage, and we tried to kind of fit it in a hole, had a great kick, kind of put it in the right spot. Ball's bouncing around on the ground. Next thing you know, guy picks it up and hits a crease, and they got a short field, a 25-yard drive, and just like that, you set them up for a score to just like I said, those things, it's hard not to play defense when you got a lot of field, but to give teams good offensive short fields and a chance to score, and those are just those kind of little things that we just got to, one thing we did, we challenged our kids, to have a little pride,
right.
at halftime. And, boy, later on in the game, we had a great kick coverage. We pinned them inside the 20 later in the game,
Well, going to that fourth quarter, you've closed it down. It's 28-23. You've gone for 2, but just to draw it in a little bit closer. But that's okay. Still need a touchdown to go ahead. But then Maryville mounts. You get them back deep. They mount a long drive, almost 8-minute drive. A couple of opportunities in there with some long yardage. Just those little things just kind of got you again.
Right. That was and that was we had a couple of long yardage situations. We kind of let them off the hook. They converted again, to their credit. They converted a 3rd and 12. Guy made a throw. I don't believe he could make it again if nobody was playing on air. On a 3rd and 12, he threw an out route. We had a guy in great coverage, and it was an unbelievable throw and catch to keep the drive going. And later on, we got him. We got a big penalty that put us in a 2nd and 25 situation. And then on one play, we let them get a big play, kind of get it down to 3rd and manageable, and they get another first down, and we just couldn't keep them out. And that was our chance right there. We felt like had the momentum, had a great kick, great coverage, pinned them back deep, and we just couldn't get them off the field. We just, and it ended up putting that next score right there. We couldn't, we always tell our defensive guys, hey, it didn't matter if we were ahead, we were behind at halftime. Just keep making stops, feed the ball to our offense. Our offense is moving the football, and they're doing a lot of good things.
And
that's what we want to do is just keep feeding it to them, give them a chance to score. And we weren't able to do that at the end. Once we got the momentum, we scored 2 touchdowns in a row to get back from 28-10 to 28-23. We're right back in the game, and now was the time for us to get one more stop, and we just couldn't get it.
I was looking at a couple of other stats. So something that I've seen as the season has gone on is the discipline of the team is definitely improved. I remember some of those early games, we had some terribly inopportune penalties that just seemed to set us back. We'd get a big drive, we'd have a holding call, we had a couple of stupid things, some kind of jawing and stuff that took place early in the season. But that's really reduced. Only 5 penalties for 31 yards on the game,
right,
as opposed to 11 for Maryville for 154 yards.
Right, and there was a little chippiness. Now, the officials at the game, they kind of let the game get away from them a little bit.
This is a rivalry, too, in Maryville and LaGrange.
And I thought our guys handled it real well, for the most part, but it kind of got going. And again, the officials never did kind of get control of the game with some of the way things were going. And it wasn't just, with the chippiness with the players, but it was a call here. They got our sideline flustered, and then there was a call, they would get the Maryland sideline flustered, and when the kids were getting flustered. And like I said, eventually, it led to some chippiness, between the players.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think the officials just kind of didn't do a good job of keeping the game under control there for a little bit. And like I said, to us, really benefited us in a few situations because Maryville did
11 penalties.
Gave us a couple of opportunities with some penalties that could have hurt them. And again, we didn't take advantage of.
Well, it's a game of controlled aggression. You try to keep these guys fired up to get in there and full tilt every play, but sometimes you got to rein them in a little bit.
Right, and and that's just comes down to discipline. It comes down to discipline, and you got to be able to handle your emotions, keep your emotions in check. Everything happens from whistle to whistle, and it doesn't matter what anybody else does. You've got to be able to control and keep your emotions in check, and just like I said, harness your aggression and harness your you're going to get upset sometimes. And a guy may hit you late, and a
Yeah,
guy
there'll be a cheap shot every once in a while.
grab your face mask, but again, all you can control is what you tell kids all the time, and coach is real good about that. Hey, let me handle the officials.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he tells the coaches that, he tells the kids that. You play, you coach, let me handle the officials. If there's a situation that needs to be, and
he'll get in the air for sure.
And kids, you can't. Those are things you can't control. You can't control. Oh well, I got held. Oh well, this happened, or oh that wasn't pass interference. Whatever. I mean, you just got to play.
Yep.
You got to play the next play. You can't control what's happening on the field. You can't control what the officials are doing. So you've got, and it's hard a lot of times for kids to understand that and kind of let it go and just continue to just play the next play.
Well, Coach Crocker and I are going to step away for a moment, let you hear from our sponsors again. We come back, we're going to look ahead to this Saturday as they'll be taking on Huntington. The Hawks come into town on senior night. Right now you're listening to the Coach's Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza on Eagle Sports.
Whether you're moving to Troup County from out of state, moving across town, or across the street, Daniel Realty and Insurance Agency has the experience to help you find the perfect residential property in the LaGrange area. Daniel Realty and Insurance Agency wants to help you find the right auto, home, health, life, and commercial insurance to meet your personal needs. For a quick, competitive quote, drop in and see them at 207 Ridley Avenue in LaGrange or find them on the web at daniels-realty-ins.com. Jim Thornton is running for re-election as mayor. He's proven he will do the hard work necessary to improve LaGrange.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I've worked to bring new jobs, new businesses, and new amenities to our town, and to make LaGrange a safe and vibrant city. I'm proud of our record. There's always more work to do to keep LaGrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election Day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange.
If you want to scale a mountain, buy boots. If you want to turn your crush into something more, say hi. At Country Financial, we know protecting the things you love and preparing for tomorrow start with simple steps. So we help you take small steps today with insurance and financial services that can have a big impact on your family's future. Too often, too late comes too soon. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Oh, Brooks.
Welcome back to the Coaching Show live here from Johnny's Pizza with Coach Thomas Crocker. Pete Wiggins trying to jump into the show a little early. He's excited. Always got lots to talk about, but we'll get him and Brandon Brooks coming up here in just a little bit. Of course, Greg Hicks will be here with Coach Tanner Glisson in a little bit. Greg's really enjoying himself. His wife Amy's birthday party is going on over here, so that's a whole lot of Scotts and Hicks over there having a great time tonight.
They got the half the store covered up over there.
Just about. Well, Coach, last game of the season coming up against Huntington. It's hard to believe that you're at the end of your first season working at LaGrange College, but Huntington, that's a big game. A lot of reaction between coaches. A lot of the basketball coaches have come out of Huntington. We've had a lot of great ball games over the course, but right now they've kind of had our number, and they're going to be a tough opponent coming up for senior night.
Oh,
senior
no
day.
doubt. Huntington is, as you watch them on film, they're well disciplined. They've had Coach Turk's been there for a while. They've had consistency in their staff and their program. They've won our conference this year. They're coming into the last game. They're undefeated in the conference. They lost the first game of the year, and then they've won.
They've rolled since
every conference game. And every game's been competitive. But you watch them. They're very disciplined on offense. They've been running this offense. We started. Today we were looking back at last year's game and 2 years ago against Huntington. It looks like the exact same team. They're running. So they're just real efficient in what they're doing. They have a good idea of what they want to do and how do they want to attack you offensively and defensively, and it's going to be a challenge for our kids, and look, we're excited about the opportunity. Our kids, like I said, it's senior night, or senior day, you know,
Right.
a 1 o'clock kickoff, and we don't have a big group of seniors this year. It's a smaller group, 12, 13 seniors, and you know, for those guys, a lot of those guys, it'll be their last chance to ever play football. You know,
Right.
and that's what I talked to a couple of my guys, my position guys yesterday. I said, look, guys, this may be for most of you guys, be the last chance you ever play. I said, enjoy it. Enjoy practice Tuesday. Enjoy Wednesday. You know, enjoy Thursday. Go out Saturday and just have fun with it because, you know, for a lot of these guys, it's going to be their last chance.
Yeah, that's kind of a depressing one. The last time you set those pads up in the locker room and turned everything in and knowing that you're not going to strap that on anymore.
Right. And, you know, some of our guys may have aspirations to continue playing in some capacity, you know, once they leave LaGrange College. But for a lot of guys, this will be it. This will be it. And even the younger guys, I mean, you know, you always say, you know, treat every game like it's last because you don't know when that last one's going to be. But you know, we do know for sure that Saturday's our last chance to play football in 2017. And
Right.
and I just, you know, I challenge my position group, you know, hey, let's enjoy this week. Man, let's you know, we've had a fantastic year. I've got a great group of kids and they've worked hard all year, you know, and I want them to enjoy this week, you know, and let's go out and have fun on Tuesday. You know, and let's prepare. You know, let's prepare to win this ball game right here to finish the season. And you know, it's an opportunity. We got nothing to lose. You know, we're playing Huntington. They're undefeated in the conference, and nobody's expecting us to win. Hey, let's go out there and just, you know, hey, throw it all out there and see what happens.
Well, think about it also by the numbers. You know, right now, Coach, you're at the opportunity to we're 3-3 in the conference. You know, one win away from a 500 season, which we haven't had at LaGrange College in quite a while.
Right.
So that would be a great effort if the guys can come through and lead us to that 500 season, especially to end the season by giving one more ding to Huntington.
Right, and you know, and like you said, you know, you look at for, you know, 500. You know, that's not what we went into the season looking to do. But you know, right now that's the goal that's in front of us.
Right.
You know, I mean, it is what it is. We're 4-5, chance to have a non-losing season. We can go 5-5, which is an improvement over the last couple of years at LaGrange College. And again, just you know, everything we're doing this year is a building block. You know, trying to build for the future. And I think, you know, you go out and have a great performance against Huntington, a quality team like Huntington, maybe pull out a win. You know, what can that do building for your off-season program and getting ready for, you know, next year, you know. And
also just the kids that you're going to be talking to down the line that you're looking to come to LaGrange College to be able to say, look at what we're building.
Right.
We've gone from this to this in 1 year.
Exactly.
Just think about what the future is going to hold.
Exactly. You know, and that's big. And that, again, that's the, you know, the lifeblood of any college program is recruiting. Who are you going to bring in year to year? And again, that a lot of these kids that we're talking to, Huntington's talking to too.
Yep.
Maryville's talking to too. You know, and we're all recruiting against each other. So every time you get a chance to go head to head, I mean it's important. It's important. It
Well,
always
Coach,
is.
I appreciate you joining us tonight. Now I'll see you tomorrow morning because
Yep.
I don't know if y'all know, but Coach and I work together over at Hollisand Elementary School here in LaGrange, Georgia. So he does an excellent job as our physical education coach. So I appreciate all you do there at our school as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to step away. We'll have Callaway coming up in just a moment. Right now, you're listening to the Coach's Corner right here on Eagle Sports.